Have you ever wondered where your socks go after they've been washed? Because we have.
So, where do they vanish to? You ask, KSL investigates.
It's a mystery we've been trying to solve since 1975, at least. In order to finally tell you the truth, we created Sue. We knew she would be able to solve it all. Our objective was to create a sense of tension through a design, using 3 different artistic directions. How did we set up our investigation quickly? We wanted to keep the 2D card effect we had in our first animatic. Simple, efficient.
We saved hours of animation because we needed time for God knows what was to come.
Sue's destination was clear. Now we needed to place her in a unique world where she could face whatever we wanted.
We took inspiration from the Ninja Turtle Mutant Mayhem case. We used RGB paths for lighting and tweaked some for an easy paint effect.
I created a diversity of rigs with a semi-realistic rendering, as well as other options that were a bit more cartoony. This helped emphasize expressions and allowed the animators to create more graphic poses.
To enhance the style and the effectiveness of these poses, we went for animation style in 2s for Sue.
When adding effects, we came up with cartoon-like smoke coming out of the machine to create an even greater divide between both universes.
For the stylized part, I created the images mixing the albedo, the RGB masks for the lights, and a custom occlusion. From this, I used the PRF pass and created a stylized defocus mixed with 2D textures and distorted the image using a post-pattern noise. While glitching our way through a realistic world, Sue is getting closer to the truth. That means creating 2 look depths, one realistic and one stylized, using one single model to avoid creating 2 different rigs. From this specific moment, I had to change Sue's look depth and also add groom for added realism.
And we were like, what the hell is happening?
Solving the case involved a variety of environments. I opted for a fully procedural workflow in Houdini that I refined by hand in certain areas depending on the need. Building all the environments and their look dev in a single software provided great iterability for retakes.
The sock world wouldn't be the same without the puppets. Their nice and simple-minded designs are meant to create empathy. Who knew socks could cause so much trouble? I made the wool in Substance Designer, after which I integrated some groom. To make things easier, the color of each character could be changed in one click.
We wanted the socks explosion to be visceral and yet grotesque. For added realism, I used the vellum solver to mimic the physical behavior of disintegrating wool.
We wanted the socks to behave like puppets. We watched a fair amount of Muppet Show episodes to study the erratic aspect of a puppet's movements.
They were not alone. There was also the monster.
The challenge here was to create a realistic monster that seems both menacing and goofy. I sculpted the head in ZBrush and mixed different displacement maps in Mary. I used this base to texture the skin details and use photo projection for more realism. The sock wood was made in Marvelous.
We wanted it to be scary, to contrast with the silly character design. Kind of a smoke feeling.
We created various drill setups in Houdini for disgusting effects. You know.
Lighting huge closed scenes showed to be quite challenging. On top of the many lights manually placed, I procedurally instanced point lights that would act as fire torches throughout the set.
Animation testing was crucial to solving this case, as we had to find the right personalities and mannerism for Sue, the henchman, and the monster.
Since Sue is on edge, we wanted her to display her inner stress through movement. A stressed-out lady in a foreign world.
For climatic fight with the socks, we decided to create a mix between an anime-style staging and more epic and organized styles such as those found in video game cinematic. What if it was just a joke? But it is.